Did you know that the food you eat directly affects your hormones? Hormones, like all cells and processes and metabolic functions in your body, they run on fuel, just like a vehicle runs on gas or a plant requires nutrients from the soil to grow. And that fuel for us humans is nutrients. Your body processes nutrients from food so easily. It's made to do this. Whereas with supplements or powders or tinctures and all that, it takes extra nutritional fuel or power to break them down into usable molecules, which in many cases creates bigger nutrient gaps, usually elsewhere in the body, that over time can start to manifest as more symptoms, more hormonal issues, and more states of dis-ease. Critical nutrients are needed for your hormones, like for your steroid hormones, your cortisol, estrogen, testosterone, progesterone, aldosterone. You need cholesterol. This is so important. And it is one of the myths of modern medicine that cholesterol gives you cholesterol in your blood. If you skimp on dietary cholesterol, good quality dietary cholesterol from like whole eggs or some red meat or certain saturated fats like butter, you actually end up putting more load on your liver because it then has to pick up the slack and make the cholesterol needed for those hormones. If your liver is sluggish and you're not able to make that adequate amount of cholesterol, then the hormones start to become inefficient. And this is when we start to see problems with adrenal function, adrenal fatigue sets in, burnout. We get hot flashes, we get extra weight, we get inflammation, can't sleep, get anxiety, mood swings, and all of those common hormonal issues. This also takes away processes and nutrients from your liver to do other detoxification. So that also contributes to inflammation and problems with overcoming illnesses and wound healing and even digestive function. Steroid hormones, especially cortisol, are very sensitive to inflammation. So the more inflamed you are, which can happen from so many things, but a huge one is how you eat today. Like the carnivore diet is actually very highly inflammatory. While keto can also be very super inflammatory depending on how it's done. Calorie restrictive diets are inflammatory no matter how healthy the food is that you're eating, because low cal is very stressful on your body. It perceives this as a dangerous situation, a danger mechanism, which then of course spikes inflammation. So skipping on antioxidants is really bad for hormone health. And the best source of antioxidants is vegetables. And I know a lot of people don't get enough vegetables in their diet. Now, on the flip side, eating too much of certain foods like sugar from processed carbs like pizza dough, bread, or even rice and even dairy. This also spikes inflammation, but it also starts to trigger something called insulin resistance. So your cells can't or won't take in glucose that is broken down from those foods. So then that glucose gets shunted to fat cells for storage, which is how we gain weight. Fruit sugar is a common misconception. It isn't all bad. In fact, I recommend to my clients that they do choose to eat whole fruit over processed carbs because fruit contains fiber, which we need for healthy bowel movements and improving digestion and a good microbiome. And fruit contains some of the best antioxidant levels to tame inflammation. 1 to 3 servings of whole fruit, not canned, not processed, but actual whole fruit is fine. Even bananas and pineapples, which is primarily my fruit staple these days. By making hormone-supportive food choices, not simply healthy or clean, you can support your body's natural hormone production.